What's up YouTube, it's Ace coming at you guys with another video. I was able to turn $190 into over $1,500 flipping used iPhones. This video is a little bit different. I normally show you guys what my active business looks like, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of perspective on what it looks like to start from scratch. So that's like how the whole idea of this video was created. Now you guys have probably already seen me on my YouTube shorts or maybe on my TikTok documenting these pickups live for this series, which is awesome because for the first 4 pickups of this series, we lost the footage. I'm gonna catch you guys up real quick on the pickups we made, and then from that point on, it'll be a live documentation of how I did everything. So that should be enough yapping from me. Let's go ahead and get straight to the video. If you don't know who I am already, I made $10,000 profit in a month flipping used iPhones, and I documented the entire process. It's on my channel for you to look at. And in the comment section of that series, I saw something that really just caught my eye. So Tommy Saunders 335 said he loved the videos and that he's turning 17. Happy late birthday to my guy Tommy. I appreciate you tapping into the content. But he also said, I have $300 Australian cash. Do I think this is enough to start? He lives in Australia, so he knows it might be a bit different, but still, thanks in advance. Now, personally, I can't speak on an area that I'm not from, but out of curiosity, I did want to know how much $300 Australian was in US. And after looking it up, it came out to be about $195. Now, I already have a bunch of people asking me how much money do they think I need for them to start their phone flipping business. A bunch of different amounts get shot at me, $200, $300, $500. But I've been running a series where I've been trying to turn $190 into $1,500 as quickly as possible. You might have already seen me documenting this stuff on my YouTube shorts, but this is gonna be a long form content video. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and review what we've got so far. We started the series off by picking up an iPhone 12 Pro. We did grab our first pickup of the challenge. We got a 12 Pro with a bad battery, and it's in really good condition. We got it for $150. As you guys can see, we got it for $150. We ended up selling it for $200, so we got $50 profit. For our next pickup, we got a 14 Pro with a cracked back glass, a cracked camera lens, and a very scratched screen. All right, y'all, just made our second pickup of our 190 to 1.5K series. We got a 14 Pro. We found it on Marketplace. We picked it up for $200, and we have a buyer already at $260. Not too much to recap there. $60 profit. Let's get into the next pickup. Again, for right now, because I'm raising capital, all these deals that I'm finding are on Facebook Marketplace. And because I don't have any money that does involve me being on Facebook Marketplace a lot, scrolling for deals, checking over and over again to see if I can get something good because good deals go fast. Now for our next deal, we did pick up a 13 Pro Max unlocked for any carrier with a cracked back glass, a bad camera, and a service battery. Got this 13 Pro Max unlocked for any carrier with a cracked back glass. Now it does have a bad camera and a service battery, but we got it for $125. We ended up selling it for $185, so we got another $60 profit we can add to our balance. Now for our fourth and final pickup that gets us all the way caught up, we got a 13 Pro Max that's carrier locked with a cracked back glass and a pretty scratched screen. We got this 13 Pro Max with a cracked back glass. It's locked to Spectrum. We got it for $120. Hopefully we can sell it for like $180. We ended up selling it for $170, so we got $50 profit we can add to our name, and we are officially caught all the way up, and we are now recording this challenge live. At the moment, I found a deal on Marketplace for a 14 Pro that's unlocked for any carrier for $250. We messaged first and we were able to secure the deal. The customer actually has 2. I'm gonna buy them both, but as far as our budget and the challenge, we are only gonna add 1. The person who listed it already marked it as pending, so that's a pretty good sign that we're locked in to buy. So hopefully we can pick up this 14 Pro and everything's as described, because it'll really just put us in a pretty good spot, and we'll be about a third of the way done with the challenge if everything goes as planned. So right now I'm gonna take care of some stuff for our actual business, get some packages shipped out and everything, and I'll let you know if we swing that way to go pick up that 14 Pro. Met up for the 14 Pro, and it actually ended up being carrier locked on arrival, so we just scheduled to pick it up later in the week. In the meantime, we found an iPhone 15 listed on Marketplace for parts for $60. Just found another really good pickup for the series on Marketplace. We got this 15, this iCloud lock. We got it for $60, and we're gonna resell it to our wholesale buyer for $125, so we got $65 profit here. We found this deal on Marketplace, and we're supposed to pick it up yesterday, but out of nowhere, the lady deleted the listing and then wasn't texting back, so I was just like, hey, it is what it is. But this morning, she reached out saying that we could buy it just because she had a bunch of different stuff going on yesterday. She reached out, said we could buy it today. We met her up, and we were able to get a pretty good deal. God willing, the odds are in her favor. We can find some more decent pickups like this and keep stacking this money to get to this $1,500 goal as quickly as possible. The person with the 14 Pros that we were supposed to meet a couple days ago reached back out. They got their phones unlocked, so it was time to go secure the bag. The 14 Pros that we were scheduled to pick up earlier this week, we're gonna pick up now. That set of phones, they were supposed to be unlocked for any carrier, but on arrival, they were carrier locked. I said you can put in a request to your carrier to have them unlocked. He did, and turns out that he actually paid them off. He's with US Cellular, so the unlock took 48 hours. So we waited the 2 days. Now we're gonna go meet him up and buy his 14 Pro. It was a really good deal. It's unlocked for any carrier for $250. Should be about like $100 to $120 profit in that. But if everything is as described, we'll be in a really good spot with this challenge moving forward. All right, y'all, it's currently the next day. I didn't film my live reaction picking up the 14 Pro, but here it is. I got it for $250 and we're selling it to a wholesale buyer for $380. So we got $130 profit on that flip. As you guys already know, it's the next day and we found another great pickup. We're gonna be getting a 14 Pro Max with 77% battery in near mint condition for $300. If everything's as described, this should be about $100, maybe $120 profit. So that'll also put us in a really good spot as we right now have a little over $600 to our name. So we're heading that way now. Hopefully everything's as described. We can grab this 14 Pro Max and we'll be in a good spot. We'll be cooking. We ended up getting the 14 Pro Max for $300 and we sold it to our wholesale buyer for $400, so we got $100 profit there. Next up, we found a 14 Pro Max 256 gigabyte on Marketplace for $450. We negotiated down to $400. Now on arrival, we found out it was actually a 13 Pro Max, so we negotiated down to $300 and we were able to secure the bag. Just found our next deal. We got a 13 Pro Max 256 gigabyte unlocked for any carrier for $300. Not 100% sure what I'm gonna get for this, but it's a really good pickup considering what we just got yesterday. So I'm gonna head home, shoot my direct buyer a text, and see what we could get for this 13 Pro Max. We're on our way to pick up a 14 Pro Max. It's supposed to be good condition, unlocked for any carrier for $350. If everything's as described, should be a really good pickup. About $100 profit in that, and again, put us closer to that $1,500 goal. We're currently about 8 or 9 minutes away from the destination, so I'll pick the iPhone back up and let you guys know if we're able to secure the pickup. Just met up with our customer for this 14 Pro Max unlocked for any carrier. There's some very minor scratching to the screen. We got it for $350. Hopefully we can sell it for like $400, $420-ish. And hopefully it'll be like $50, $70 profit, but we just kind of see when we end up listing it up. These pickups have been few and far between because, like I said, it's hard to source inventory on Marketplace. You don't really know what's gonna get posted, and when something does get posted, you really have to hustle to get the deal because it's gonna go fast. It's a good deal, and you're competing against the people that want to buy the phone for themselves and the people like myself who want to flip them. So when good deals do arise, I pretty much like have to be on standby, because if I'm not already diving on the floor to get it, I'm probably gonna lose that deal. But at least we dove on the floor and we're able to secure this deal, so hopefully we can get another one. I'll let you guys know what I end up selling it for, because we're probably gonna end up selling it today. It's a little bit later in the day, but we just got a crazy deal on this 15 Pro Max. Damn. It's unlocked for any carrier and in really good shape. We got it for $450, and we should be able to sell this anywhere from $615 to $630. So definitely cleared $150 profit on this flip. So we have this phone and the 14 Pro Max in stock at the moment. With both of these buys, we currently have no capital to get anything sold, so I'm gonna try to see if we can get a buyer for these tonight so we can go back to buying inventory for tomorrow. Both of these buys should put us past the 1K mark, which is huge because that means that we are almost at that $1,500. And anybody that's running this business, like I said, $1,500 is where you want to be in terms of like starting to run ads. That's why I picked $1,500 specifically. It wasn't random, but that's about what I would advise for somebody to have if they were getting ready to start running Facebook ads for their business. If you have more than that, great. But if you have less than that, with the amount of customers you should be getting from your ad, it can all be a little bit overwhelming, and you don't want to have your customers just outrun you in cash. So crazy pickup here. We're gonna go home, see what we can get these sold for. We shot our direct buyer a text, and we ended up selling the 15 Pro Max and 14 Pro Max for $1,000 on the dot. But that being said, we've took our little $190 and flipped it into 1K. Job is far from finished. We still have $500 worth of phones left to buy. But for the people that are saying that you can't start with $200, $300, that's cap, because I'm literally doing it. Hopefully the Marketplace luck stays on our side so we can keep trying to get this challenge done as quickly as possible. So it's the very next day, and we ended up finding an iPhone 16 Pro Max on Marketplace for $300. No, that is not a lie. Yes, I'm dead serious. We found the 16 Pro Max for $300 on Marketplace. As you guys already know, I locked in a meetup as soon as possible, and we're supposed to be meeting there in the next 10 minutes. Even if we get there and this thing ends up being iCloud locked, it should still be like $80 profit. But if it's carrier locked, it'll be like $300. And if it's unlocked, we'll probably be done with the challenge. All All right, so we did end up securing the 16 Pro Max for $300. It's in decent condition. It wasn't unlocked for any carrier. It's locked to AT&T, but still a crazy flip. Pretty sure this is the most profit we've had on a single flip up to this point. We got it for $300 and we're reselling it for $600. So we got $300 profit off of this flip, which I think puts us a little over $1,300. We keep getting closer and closer, and we're also scheduled to pick up an iPhone 15 Pro Max this afternoon for $500. After we get this 15 Pro Max, we should be one pickup away from finishing this challenge. So right now I'm gonna head home, get this shipped to my direct buyer, and I'll probably see you guys again when I pick up that 15 Pro Max. Just left for our next meetup. We got this 15 Pro Max for $500. A little bit of an underwhelming deal, I'm not gonna lie. We picked it up for $500, but it has some heavy scratching to the screen that I'm not sure if you guys can see, but it's pretty heavy. Scratching on this 15 Pro Max would definitely be considered C grade, so we're gonna see what we can get for it. It'll probably be less than that like $615 to $625 range we were looking for. I do feel like worst case scenario, we shouldn't be selling it for anything worse than what we got it for, but we just have to see. I have to take care of a bunch of other stuff for my business, but we are gonna head home, get pricing for this 15 Pro Max, and I'll catch back up with you guys when we do. Back at the house, and we did find a buyer for this 15 Pro Max. We're gonna be selling it for $550, so we got $50 profit off of this flip. So that means we literally have $150 left before we're done with the challenge. I tried to pick up a 16 Pro Max that I found for $760, but the guy was being super difficult. I had offered him $700, and he basically kept sending me the Apple screenshot that they were paying up to $700 for 16 Pro Maxes. And what I was trying to explain to him was that they're not gonna give you cash, they're just gonna give you credit towards another Apple device. And he was 100% insisting that they were gonna put $700 in his bank account, and I was like, hey, like, more power to you. But the way things are looking, we're in a really good spot to hopefully get done with the challenge this week. We have $150 left to go, so just gotta buy a little bit more and sell a little bit more. Good morning, y'all, and I think we are on what is gonna be the last day of this challenge. Now we're on our way to go pick up a 14 Pro Max, unlocked for any carrier for $400. If everything's as described, we should be able to sell this for $450, maybe $460 to our wholesale buyer. And after that pickup, we found two iPhone 13s, both unlocked for any carrier for $100 each. So with both of these pickups, we should clear the finish line today and we can wrap this challenge up. So we're on our way to go pick up that 14 Pro Max. I'll let you guys know when we grab it. Then we're gonna snag those two iPhone 13s and get this challenge over with. Just secured the 14 Pro Max. This thing is super clean, no cracks or scratches whatsoever, and it's 85% battery. So we just knocked the first one out. We have one more pickup to go, those two iPhone 13s, and I will see you guys when we grab them. Just made our last couple of pickups for our 190 to 1.5K series. Got these two iPhone 13s, both unlocked for any carrier in like near mint condition. No cracks, no scratches, both 90+% in battery health with the original boxes too, so we got a little bit of added value. We bought each for $100. We're reselling them to our wholesale buyer for $230 each. So that gives us $260 profit for this flip. Now these two phones, along with the 14 Pro Max that we picked up yesterday, we're not gonna be selling them until tomorrow. But for the sake of simplicity, we're gonna say we have $1,669 to our name, bringing the 190 to 1.5K series to a close. So as you guys can see, we were able to successfully turn $190 into over $1,500. We started the challenge on September 5th and we finished the challenge on October 9th. So it took us a little bit over a month to get this whole thing done. Now what I want you guys to recognize is that I was running my full-time business while trying to do this challenge. So there was a multitude of good deals that I missed in that time frame because I was dealing with customers for my actual business. Also, while I was sourcing all my inventory organically, I was selling it quickly to wholesale buyers. I wasn't selling any of my inventory back on Marketplace. The whole reason I didn't do that is because, again, I have an actual business I run, and it would have taken way too much time for each one of these pickups to schedule a meetup and sell the phone for maybe more money. But for somebody who's just starting and doesn't have an actual business already making 5 figures that they have to tend to as well, this process could be much quicker. Even the very last 3 pickups I made, you could sell all 3 of those on Facebook Marketplace for way more profit than what I got. The 14 Pro Max that I got for $400 could very well be sold to an end consumer customer for $500. So the whole point I'm trying to make here is that I sold everything quickly because I still have actual things I have to tend to. Somebody who's just starting out doesn't have this many things to worry about. Now, as you guys can see, our ending balance was $1,665, but there are 2 expenses we're gonna deduct real quick. Every time I ship these phones phones to my wholesale buyer. It costed $7. We made a total of 15 pickups, so that comes out to 90, bringing our total down to 1,575. And we're gonna deduct gas as well, but to be completely honest with you, it's not 100% accurate. I get gas to pick up phones for my own business the same way I get gas to pick up phones on Marketplace. I'm not gonna calculate the mileage to get it down to the itty bitty cent how much gas I spent hypothetically picking up these phones. But what I will tell you is every last phone that I picked up was in my local area. I didn't travel more than 20 minutes. And I drive a 2022 Honda Civic Sport, so it's pretty good on gas for the most part. We're gonna be generous and say that I spent 40 bucks on gas because I doubt I would have spent any more driving 15 minutes to and fro these destinations. So with all our expenses deducted, that brings our grand total to $1,535, and we started with under 200. For the people that think you need several $1,000s to start running this business, obviously you don't. Raising capital takes time, but once you have it, you never have to have it again. Keep reinvesting your profits, and eventually this business model can make you a decent amount of money. So if you guys made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you guys so much, as always. Make sure you guys follow my socials. I think I only have my Instagram in my bio, but make sure you guys follow me on there if you want to get in touch with me. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video if you're new. It helps the algorithm, and I love sharing my own experience phone flipping with you guys so you can get started on your own journey. Comment any other challenge or even just informative videos that you guys would like to see from me. And with all that being said, man, it's been Ace, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.